Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 4 of Let's Play on Midwest Horizons. So let's get going. That way we can try and get the decent amount done today. Got this cornfield here where we left off, and we've also got the soybean field next to us that we'll have to get the header over here for. Sorry, mind is not catching up with the words today, the mouth. So for starting off, I just did the one round over there, so let's get our GPS set up. There, we'll get enough room here so that the hired worker can take over. We'll have our hired man step into the combine, so that way we can go and get the flex head and bring that over. That way, as soon as we finish this cornfield, we can get the beans. We also need to get the semi over here as well. Hoping we get somewhat close today to finishing up both harvests. That way we can move on to tillage. I'm still tinkering a little bit for the sugar beets. I've been toying with trying to make a time lapse. The video quality doesn't come out that good. So my thought is I don't really want to put out a poor video of it. What we may end up doing is I kind of did a trial run. It took me half hour just to work on getting the headlands off and the field opened up, so yeah, it's going to take a good 3-4 episodes to get all the sugar beets done, and I don't know if we want to watch 4 episodes of doing the same thing. We will see. Because I've been kind of waiting for feedback. Haven't gotten any feedback from you guys yet as I'm going along with the series. Kind of puts me in the spot where I've got to make the decision for what to do rather than you guys. And I want to show a little bit of beet harvest, especially since that crop is there, ready to harvest. We don't have to pay for planting it or anything. It'd be nice to get little bit of income off of the field, but at the same time it's one of those give and takes where I'm also looking for a good balance for good episodes to watch too. Alrighty, that should be enough room at this end. I think we'll get the semi over first just in case we need to get that cart unloaded sooner than later. Off just a little bit, but that's okay because we're gonna get started, and then there we go. That should work for that. Let's see here. There we go. Alrighty, there's our semi. Actually, I probably should have unloaded the combine on the, unloaded it on the go with the cart while I was there, but already a little too late for that. Just keep going with this. And this corn will be selling. This is a better price, at least the last I checked, was down at this elevator down here, so there's no sense trucking it all the way back to the bin site if the better price is back this way. Save us a little bit of time and miles. Right into that quick. And yeah. Just in case. Might be able to make it to the other end, but it might be close as well. Actually doing it this way, then we know for sure that I've got enough time to get the header over here before I have to worry about getting them unloaded again. Should be able to make 2 rounds here, or at least 1.5 to get back to where I can dump them on the second time coming back to this end. In theory. Everything always works good in theory. Alright, that's working there. So we want this guy. Get this header taken over there, and then that way we can be ready for beans when it's time to get the beans off over there. Weird sounding truck. As long as we don't lose the header. Yep, looks like we got that around the corner, so. There's actually a grass spot over in this corner over here. But I think there should be enough space taken off up here. Yeah, we'll go up here. Just make it easier. Then I don't have to have road time for the combine. Speed it up a little bit for the videos. Go like that. There's that. So when it's time, we are ready for beans. A little delay on the engine there, but get down here, get him unloaded, and dump jump on that semi. I've said it before, the squirreliness of the track tractors in this game is one thing that's kind of hard to get used to. That we will get some put on the semi here. And with this field we're going to need plowing, but let's see, no lime. So looking at right now just field 87. We'll have to see about the other ones, what's going to happen there. Not quite a full load, but it's looking like this field will produce more than one full semi load. Yeah, because in my choices here, I can either go with one of these self-propelled ones. Guys around here, there's been a couple that have tried them. They just don't really like them. Usually around here, it's a little wetter and muddier. A few more soft spots that these things have trouble getting through, and they don't work as good in our soil conditions. So a lot of guys that have tried them have gone away from them. So we could come over to here. Let's see, where's it? Beet Technology. So you've got these two here that we've got. They're the base game ones, which I guess would work. They'd be small, it'd take us a while. I haven't tried with those. I have tried with this topper. Got a bigger topper and this lifter. The issue with those is we can't do hired workers, which means then I would have to do everything myself. Kind of why I said this is more for doing beets. It's a lot easier multiplayer because then you can have someone doing each of these and get the guys running the trucks, keeping the trucks going. That's why I might try. So I've tried with the mod ones, but I haven't tried with the base game ones to see how long it's going to take. I may tinker with that a little bit before the next episode and see if I get a hired worker going. Normally we top in front of the lifter and leave them top, let them dry, then lift them. I think maybe for the sake of speeding things up and just overall making it how I want it, speed things up, I may put that on top in front of the tractor is what I'm trying to say, and do it unrealistically for our area, but speed it up for the recording at least. And then that lifter would be able to get full tank worth while I'm going and dumping the truck rather than nothing being done. Because I wouldn't be able to lift and dump on the truck at the same time with using the modded one. Be able to cover the ground faster, but then the process of everything being at a standstill unless I'm the one operating it is going to kind of slow things down. Alrighty, I think since I'll shut that off, that guy should easily be able to make a round and a half. It might be done by then. I think we are going to back this one out. Right to there. While we wait, let's go get our tillage ready. That's another thing too, I could always use one of those self-propelled lifters too, even though we weren't around here. I've even got the one from Stevie where it's got the bigger capacity, higher speed. I think the bigger capacity would probably come in handy because I'd be able to lift a full semi-load before I got back, so then I could just get the trucking going and doing that. So I think that's what I may do, manually get it to get the headlands off, and then let a hired worker go and run that. Not realistic for what we do around here, but it would look good for the purposes of this. So. Alrighty, just gonna start off. I'm gonna double check and make sure that I've got the right mod for this that works. If not, I might just go with the John Deere disc. Alrighty, it makes everything a cultivating texture rather than plow, but let's see if that field needs plowing. Saving the game. It did, and it looks like that's taking care of it as well. That's the bigger issue. I may just have to cultivate the ground. I'd prefer a plow texture behind it instead of cultivated because we're skipping a step then. So I think that's one thing I may do before the next episode is get rid of this and get the disc so that it leaves the plow texture just for realism. So park this here and let the dealership come and get it. That and two, and getting the bigger one. That'll speed things up. It's a little small. It's going to take a while. So we'll go here. Yes, we want to sell that. And for plows, what do we got? Well, we do have that one. I'll do that later. I'll choose between this and the disc here. We'll see which one works between the two of them. Instead of trying a couple things here while I'm making the episode, I'll just wait until I've got time to double check it by myself. It's one thing I forgot to double check before I started making it. Let's see, I'll park this down here. You're blocked by me. I Get the headlamp taken off for this other part here. And excuse me while I fumble through my first few episodes. So just starting off doing this. Like I've said, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button. You know, it's great if you like it and you hit the thumbs up, but also if you don't, you know, comment, let me know things I should be doing different, things like that. Without feedback, it's hard to know what I should be doing. That's the biggest thing is, hey, what do you think? What should I do? What shouldn't I do? You know, what's stupid? What's working? So. Right now, just kind of playing the way I would, but I'm always open for suggestions. I like trying. There's so many different ways. One thing nice about this game, it's like real life farming as well. There's so many different ways you can go about doing it. There's so many different orders you can do things, how you do things, things like that, where it kind of lets you do what you want. But also then there might be new ways of trying something that you haven't thought of before. So that's why I'm open for suggestions from people to, hey, what's something you see that I should do a little bit different from what I'm doing that'd be worth a shot to try. At least in this episode, I'm not going to go crazy and do a bunch of Stevie mods and kind of go crazy with how fast things are working, things like that. I may use the one for doing sugar beets. That's just get them off, get the money for them, plus to see a sugar beet harvest, see how it goes. But otherwise, I want to kind of keep this one semi-realistic. If you want to go unrealistic, I'd probably start a different series for that. So that's something too. What's the map you guys are thinking? I've said it in the other videos that the one I'm waiting for is the Millennial Farmers map, since that's not that far away from me, so it'd be interesting to see what Mapper's Paradise, their take on our area and what it looks like around here. A stretch of that I actually have driven by and do drive by every once in a while. Be kind of interesting to see a spot that an area where you drive through a lot or you've seen or you're around, to be able to see what someone's take on it is. That's one other map for me that was interesting, is the Hankinson map. I don't know if that would ever be released. I kind of doubt it would be, but if it ever is, that'd be one that would be interesting to me as well, because we actually do sell our some of our corn to that ethanol plant in Hankinson. So. So not only have I driven through that area, we actually deliver corn to that ethanol plant that's there in that map. looking like about the time we get this finished here, it'll be time to call her a day. So I think we'll try and at least get a one pass made in the soybeans today, but otherwise it looks like next episode we're going to be working on finishing harvest finally, getting the soybeans done. And then we'll get some new tillage tools too, fall tillage, so that we're leaving the plow marks. That way when I come by afterwards. Because my plan is between the fall tillage and the spring tillage to put a layer of fertilizer down to get that first layer, then cultivate it. That way we get both layers of fertilizer done by the same time as getting planting. For us, we've got all that down. We'll run starter in the planter, but otherwise we either fall or spring get most of our fertilizer down, and don't really have a pass after that. There's a few guys that'll do either spray it on or do side dressing later on, but we don't do that. So, and the one reason I have the sprayer though is for weeds. I think they are turned on, so luckily we haven't had a swath of weeds come through yet. So. And I think have any at the top of the map because it kind of slowly works its way down. No, weeds have not taken over the map yet. So that would be our next thing to worry about. See where are we at there? You did not complete your task. It's hard to find good help. As soon as I leave. Did you see that? As soon as I left the combine, let's hop in on the wrong side, see what happens. Oh no, don't put that away, you're not done yet. Make sure I get enough so that I get that semi-full. Careful not to spill. So, let's get this unloaded onto the semi. Hopefully this is enough to top that semi off. And that way we'll be able to sell our first load of grain. There it is, with a few hundred bushel left over, plus what we've got over here. The hired worker is going to stop at the other end again, I'm assuming. And that rest of that should fit on the combine, so since he's having trouble, that should finish us off. Just park that here. You are an idiot, you are dismissed. Look at that, the auto steer lines up good enough, because I won't be able to get that all in one pass. So, and we've hit our 30-minute mark. I think I'm still going to finish this last pass. We'll finish the corn here. We'll go a little into extra time, overtime, bonus coverage today. But we will get this thing finished. And as you can see, it's taken this long just for this field of corn. Imagine what doing a full field of sugar beets would be like. So, oh, here, I forgot. It's not, I got the wrong loop on there. So imagine what doing a full field of sugar beets would be like. It took more than 30 minutes just to combine the corn on this field. Which, as I was saying in the last episode, one of the reasons why I think I may go to bigger header corn head for next year, especially if we have more corn acres. I'm going to want to cover it a little bit faster. And who knows too, if I get enough people here subscribing and interested, may start up a multiplayer game too as well too, and then that way we'd be able to probably get 2 combines going and start slowly moving up on that. So, well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, just remember, hit the subscribe button, and if you don't, let me know, leave a comment, and that way I get a little bit of feedback. So, till next time, thanks for watching.